Traverse City black cherries, brownie pieces, chocolate swirl, and a black cherry ice cream.
It's too bad you can't make like cherry wine out of this stuff.
We can do that.
Oh, you do.
Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm Natalie Hervick.
And I'm David Moss, on the road again with New Day Cleveland in Traverse City, Michigan.
This town is really something that's going to knock you off your feet. If you want to be adventurous or you just want to sit back and unwind, you have the outdoor things, and yet you have the wineries and the cherry picking.
And the best thing about it, it's only 6 hours away. Some magazines say it's the second best small town destination in the U.S. and one of the top 10 places to retire. So lots of fun, plenty to do, and a beautiful park.
We are going to the dunes right now.
We just came up for a little family vacation for a couple of days, and we're going to the dunes today to check it out and do a little hiking.
When we said we were making the trip to Traverse City, everyone asked us if we were going to be stopping here. I'm talking about Sleeping Bear Dunes. It is the national lakeshore here.
Yes.
Meredith,
Yes.
it has been dubbed the most beautiful place in America by Good Morning America. What makes it so special?
Well, I'm probably biased, but I do agree. It's the most beautiful place in America. I think it's the combination. There's a lot of different things you can do here and see here, and it's beautiful. The dunes, which make up one of the units of the park, are so unique, and they're so jaw-droppingly beautiful that I think when you come here and experience it, you just keep wanting to come back, and there's so many endless possibilities. So the whole park is about 71,000 acres, and a little over 32,000 of those acres have been designated officially as wilderness. So we have wilderness in the park, and then we also have some really interesting historic things for people to see, like lighthouses and Coast Guard stations and an old wooding village. So there's just an endless possibilities of things to do here.
It's unbelievable. When you come to somewhere like this, you're probably not going to want to spend a couple of hours and bolt out of here.
No, this is not a 1 or 2 hour visit type of park. You really want to come and spend some time. Most of the people that come up here spend at least 3 to 4 days, if not a week, in the park. We have some wonderful campgrounds, so a lot of folks come up here year after year and utilize the campgrounds to enjoy the park. And now with the Sleeping Bear Heritage Trail, some people are coming up with their bikes and just planning a whole trip just to come up and bike in the park.
We're going to do the bike trail here up to Glen Arbor.
Is this where the sand dunes are right
Yes.
here?
Yep.
This was all created by glaciers.
It was. When this park was designated in 1970 as a National Park Service site, this was specifically what they were looking at. It's so unique. This is a glacial moraine that now has sand dunes on top of it. Some of the largest freshwater sand dunes in the country, actually in the world, are here. And this whole glacial plateau is something that people can explore and get to know. And there's an area called the Dune Climb that's almost like a rite of passage for people in this whole region. You got to go climb up to the top, take a look at Glen Lake behind you, and then if you're able, do the whole trail out to Lake Michigan and back.
Well,
so it's really a unique thing.
Looking at the map is one thing, seeing it is something else.
Yes.
I think I need to get in the thick of things and kind of experience this just a bit. Will you come with me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. This is absolutely stunning. I don't think there's any other word to explain it.
It is. We are at Glen Haven Historic Village, and this is a part of the park where you can come and learn about what life was like in the 1800s here. This area was settled first on the islands, which we can't see today because of the fog, but then as the mainland was settled, there were steamships that were going up and down this passage, and they needed firewood, and they needed wood for their ships. And so little villages like this sprung up all along Lake Michigan's coast. And here's a place where you can come and see it. Most of these villages are gone, but this is a place you can come, you can see it, you can get a taste. It's almost like stepping back in time a little bit.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The water, I'm looking at the water
Yeah.
too, and I'm just amazed at how clear and blue it is.
It is, it's gorgeous. And imagine on a sunny day, this is turquoise blue.
Are you serious?
So people just love coming here, hanging out on the beach all day long. It's stunning. There's so many different ways you can enjoy this park. As we've mentioned, camping and hiking. People come here for the night sky. They come here to enjoy the night sky. We have some of the clearest night skies in the country, where you can come and enjoy those also.
Well, come check it out. It's just at $10, right?
$10 for the entrance fee.
For the entrance fee, and that's all you pay, and you can use it all day long?
It's good for 7 days. And
7
you can also
days.
buy an annual pass for $20 if you're coming up more than once, so which a lot of people do.
It's well worth it. Meredith, you never know. If you meet her up here here. She might even take you as the park ranger, give you a little tour.
That's what I'd love to do. I love showing people this park.
Thank you so much for having us here. It is, I see why, one of the most beautiful places in America. And you know what else they're known for here? Cherries. And David, right now, he is at the center of it all.
Well, you could look at Cherry Republic almost like it's an attraction of sorts, right?
Yeah, thousands of people come here a day to get this experience, and we try to capture the essence of northern Michigan, and we do it best through cherries, which is our state fruit.
Well, we promised you a good show, and we've got one because we were just a little bit off the track of Traverse City, right?
Yeah, we're 25 miles west, right in Sleeping Bear Bay, right in the middle of this Sleeping Bear National Lakeshore.
And this is Bob, and he is the captain, the king, the president of the
Cherry Republic.
The Cherry Republic. And check it out. It's a beautiful little place, like a little island in town. When you pull into town, this is a cute little area over here. But these guys should be thanking you every day for putting the Cherry Republic right here because it is special.
Well, this is the town I grew up in, so I wouldn't put it anywhere else. And slowly what you see here is 25 years of trial and error, and every rock that you see, every plant, we've kind of taken our time and did it right.
You can tell, and what's really funny is he started this business out of the trunk of his car selling t-shirts, and the trunk of the car is attached to the building over there.
That's right. We got a lot of history here too.
I love the signs. You got some great signs here. Humor is a big part of the game here at Cherry Republic.
Yeah, I think it's just a sense of who I am, but from the start of this company, we started with this tagline, life, liberty, beaches, and pie. And beaches stands for fun. Everybody's on vacation.
Yeah.
And half of my staff is on vacation too, right?
That's perfect. Well, I think it's an attitude. So you go in the Great Hall of the Cherry Republic here, and I gotta tell you, there are so many samples and little items to check out and look at. You could spend a long time in just that one little building.
Yeah. Samples are everywhere. Generosity is one of our secrets here and one of our core values. If you come over to my house, I'm going to give you a piece of pie. And when you come into our store, we have generous bowls of chocolate-covered cherries, dried cherries, cherry salsa, cherry dusted chips.
I love you, man. You got some great stuff in here. And I went into the cafe. I was waiting for Bob because he was talking to some of his new friends, the people who come out here to visit. Beautiful stuff on the menu in there. And of course, everything's got cherries in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, the greatest of all the fruits.
The Cherry Republic.
In this little county, we have 1 million cherry trees. We are the cherry capital of the world.
It's too bad you can't make like cherry wine out of this stuff.
We can do that.
Oh, you do, right behind us. Check this out. Cherry Republic Experience, and I like it. It says wine for the tall and pop for the small. So it's not just about making wine here either.
I didn't think so. I was just getting ready to ask for your ID there.
Just remember, we're just down the road a tiny little bit, about 25 minutes, you say, from Traverse City, and we're in Glen Arbor.
Glen Arbor.
Cherry Republic, check it out. Plenty of room here and lots to do and a lot of fun. Speaking of a lot of fun, coming up after the break, the party continues. We're going to check out a winery.
Welcome back. Okay, here's a did you know. Michigan is the 4th largest grape growing state with over 15,000 acres of vineyards. And this is our first stop. And the view itself, well, that's a selling point. Chateau Chantal Marie, this place is just gorgeous.
Thank you, for sure. We sit in one of the most beautiful places in the whole Midwest, without a doubt.
Is it Old Mission Peninsula?
That's right. We're here on Old Mission Peninsula, about 12 miles out, just north of Traverse City.
So how did you guys come about? I know there is obviously there's tons of acres here. What was this a family business? How did you guys decide to get into this?
Well, for us, it was kind of a family dream. My dad came here from Detroit in the early 80s, bought this place, which was a cherry farm, eventually converted it to grapes, and eventually opened up this B&B winery that you see here today. We have overnight accommodation, as do a few of the other wineries here on Old Mission Peninsula. You can find great places to stay here at the wineries on Old Mission.
So what makes your wine so unique? I know we have a couple of bottles out here, and I would love to sample some.
Sure.
What are you known for and why?
Well, the wines on Old Mission Peninsula are a very special climate that we have here. So we're surrounded by water. If you picture Traverse City, Old Mission Peninsula juts out about 19 miles long, 4 miles wide, and is surrounded by the Great Lakes. We're surrounded by Grand Traverse Bay. That keeps the temperatures out here a little bit warmer through the fall to ripen the type of grapes we grow, and then also to keep the spring frosts away, usually, come wintertime.
It all sounds so delicious. And what do we have on the table?
Sure, well, I'll pour you a little sample of one of our best-selling wines. This is our late harvest Riesling, and this is something you can find at most wineries here on Old Mission, a Riesling of one kind or another. The sweetness levels vary from dry to mid-sweet to the sweet version here.
This is the sweet version?
This is the sweet
So
version.
it doesn't even taste that sweet to me. I like that. It's not overpowering.
That's right. The Rieslings here have a wonderful acidic backbone to them, which makes them great to pair with food. And that also helps counteract the sugar and make it really well-rounded and very balanced and smooth.
Now, when people come up here, I'm sure obviously someone like you can go through the different wines and pairings. There's a lot of activities I'm sure that you always have.
There are. The wineries on Old Mission Peninsula that are members of our wine trail, we call it WOMP, Wineries of Old Mission Peninsula.
And the one thing that they're known for that makes you a little bit different from some of the other wineries is this bottle right here.
Yes.
What is this?
Sure. Well, we also here have a still, as do a few other folks in our area. So we distill the local cherry products into what we call cherry eau de vie, which is French for the water of life, which is 40% alcohol.
Okay, so yeah, 40%. I think you will have one glass of that, probably given small portions.
Small portions, usually after dinner as a digestif, helps digest your meal, or we also have different cocktail recipes you can use with that.
Well, I think when you come outside here and you see this view, you might want to sit and have a few because you'll want to stay here all evening long.
Absolutely.
It is stunning, beautiful. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you for being here.
We are just getting started though on the wine tour. David has another stop right now.
Welcome to Shady Lane Cellars. What a wonderful place. And I'm here with Adam. And Adam, my partner, Natalie, was on another peninsula, is it? We're on the other side. What's the deal with that?
Well, we're on the Leelanau Peninsula. So we're on the west side of Traverse City. We border Lake Michigan and
We're on the
Grand Traverse
favored
Bay.
side.
Yes, absolutely, the best side.
Of course we're on the best side. Hey, before we get started, I heard you grew up in Columbus.
I did. I was born and raised down the street from Woody Hayes, actually.
How'd you end up in Michigan?
It's a long story.
Dude.
It's a long story, but my heart's still there.
I gotta tell you, if I came up here and found this, though, I would want to settle here also. This is the most beautiful little tract of land I've seen in a long time.
It's glorious. We put this space in last summer and just love what it's done to the whole place, and the ability to have people come and enjoy themselves, have fun.
Somebody told me I was coming to a coop. I was thinking chicken coop, and I look at this place, it's neat as a pin. I mean, a beautiful inside reception area.
It used to be a chicken coop. This building behind us was built in 1906, field stones from out on the property, and it was a working farm building. So they built this beautiful building. We dressed it up a little bit.
Oh, you sure did.
Filled it up with chickens. It was a chicken coop.
And you
for
got
years.
this beautiful bar over there. I see you have great heaters for it. You got the fireplace, the big patio. You can see out into the vineyards. This is a beautiful spot.
Thank you.
What's more important? Beautiful wine, maybe, huh?
Well, making the best wine there is important.
Yeah.
But having a wonderful place to enjoy it is important too.
I got pulling up on this place. It's just fantastic. Now we're talking about the wines. I see you have some Rieslings out here to start with, and this one says dry Riesling.
Yeah.
And not everybody has tried dry Rieslings.
That's right. Most people think Riesling is just sweet, but not the case. We make a full range of Rieslings.
Mm-hmm.
We do a dry, which is truly dry, and just a different expression of Riesling, and then what we call semi-dry, which has some sweetness to it, but not a lot.
So semi-dry, it gives you that little bit of that cotton candy kind of taste in there.
Well, yeah, the wonderful fruit flavors of Riesling, peach and apricot, and these wildflowers, just wonderful stuff.
It's fantastic. And this is a wine right here. This color wine, let me say, is something that's all of a sudden become popular.
Pink wine, yes.
Yeah.
You got to think pink. Dry rosés have become incredibly popular, and we do a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
We do this one from Pinot Noir. We a little barrel aging to it, very complex, but dry, perfect summertime wine.
I know. I see the patio. I see the outdoor bar. I see this wonderful area to sit in, and I think, This is going to be.
I know.
This is the star of the show.
That's why we make that wine.
Okay, and this one says it's blue. What do you mean blue?
Blue Franc. It is the English translation of the grape name as it's known in Austria, which is Blaufränkisch, which is a little tough to say.
I like that, Blaufränkisch.
Yeah, Blue Franc's a little easier.
Yeah, it sure is.
But that's a big award-winning wine. We just picked up a gold medal in an international competition on that wine. So yeah, we're winning some major, national and international awards.
So when you come up here to see Adam at Shady Cellars, let me turn you around here. Let's give him an applause for the good awards there, good numbers and all that kind of great stuff.
Keep trying.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, it took me a little while on my navigation to find the spot, but when I did, I knew I was in the right place.
We're just a couple minutes from Traverse City. If you're down in Traverse City, within 10-15 minutes you can be here, sitting out on our patio, having a nice glass of wine and enjoying the country life.
You know who's in Traverse City right now?
Who?
My co-host, Natalie.
Wonderful.
Check it out.
So we've been to Cherry Republic, you've seen the dunes, you've seen the wineries. We've taken you on the outskirts of town a lot, but the downtown, oh my gosh, you're gonna eat this place up. There are so many great places to shop and eat. I'm gonna take you inside of this place that I found that I just happened to walk by and I gotta go inside. It's called The Nest, so let's go. Jennifer, I spotted your place from a mile away. I had to come inside. It is so adorable in here.
Thank you. We pride ourselves at having just a wide range of fun home decor items and furniture, local and made in the USA. We can help with layout. We can do everything from the custom furniture in your living room to the dishes in your kitchen. So we try to do the whole thing. We have a lot of seasonal people that have second homes in the area.
Yeah, a lot of people come up from Ohio and have homes here, right?
We have a lot of Ohio people. Yeah, they love it up here. We have a lot of water and fun things
you
to
definitely have a lot of water, that's for sure. Some of these pieces though, if they want to come and just do a little shopping and bring it home with them, I love these.
These are made by a husband and wife team out of reclaimed wine barrels. These cheese boards are also all food safe, so you can put your cheese and your fruit right out and serve them. So they're really great, and all these trays they do for us as well.
They are just adorable.
They're quite
so do you find that a lot of people come in here and they want to take some, they want to take something home with them?
We sure do. We have it year round. We're open year round, so we do get vacationers in off season that like to come up when it's a little quieter and pick up something to take home and commemorate their visit.
Now, I know you were mentioning that you have a lot of local artists that you try to work with and bring some of their pieces in.
We do.
This little section back here is just too cute.
Yes.
And that's local, right?
This is a gal who lives on Lime Lake in the Leelanau Peninsula, and we work with her to create designs for our store. And since we're the cherry capital, we do these Traverse City cherry bowls that you can put the pits and clean them right in there, and they're quite popular as well.
I love these. So what a great gift to bring home to someone too, or for yourself as well.
Right.
What are some of your favorite things in here? And do you have anything that when people come in, they're always like, I need to get my hands on that?
You've kind of hit two of them right off the bat.
Of course.
We usually can't keep the wine barrel things in stock. If we can get them in, we sell them right away. So we tend to stock them here and at our store in Leland as much as we can.
It's a very eclectic store, a little bit of everything. Great store, love it.
Thanks for coming in.
Do you love being downtown here?
We do. Downtown's where it all happens.
It is where it's at, that's for sure.
That's been fun.
Okay, after the break, there is a place, it used to be an asylum. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do, the Commons.
Yeah, it used to be an asylum. Wait until you see what they have turned it into. You're gonna love it.
It's beautiful.
Traverse City, Michigan. That's where we are, a very special road trip. Welcome back to New Day, Cleveland. And I want to introduce Raymond Minervini. And I told you where we are, but we're not really there. We're about a mile from there, and we're at some place it's like its own city here.
Right, this is the former Traverse City State Hospital, and now we've rechristened it as the Village at Grand Traverse Commons.
Okay, so it was an asylum built in 1884. And you guys came in here and decided to make it into something else. And how did that story begin?
Well, it all started with a local preservation group that was very disappointed to see this place decaying after it was shut down. And my father was part of that group and threw his hat in the ring to ask for a chance to redevelop it. He had never undertaken a project like that. He created a team of people to explore the feasibility, and the whole idea was, how do we reuse an old asylum to preserve it? And yeah.
Here's what's really cool about this too. So we came here and we're looking around, and it's got all kinds of stores, all kinds of restaurants. It's got bakeries, it's got living residences, it's got condominiums.
Right.
I mean, this is something you can't get your head around because you drive around it. I mean, this project you started was almost a crazy idea.
A lot of people thought so. Yeah, but there was such a passionate base of people in our community that didn't want to see this place fall apart. And that was really what propelled us to be able to do it. There was such support in the community for people to want to live in an old asylum or work in an old asylum. And they had to be able to envision what it could be and how it was worth preserving. That was a big thing.
For somebody who loves architecture, art, oh my goodness, your grandfather, what a great artist he is.
Yeah, yes,
what a great
for
artist.
sure.
But just to look at like the woodwork in this and the window work and the stonework. I mean, look at all these blonde bricks. I mean, they must have been, they're making the bricks here or what?
It was about 2 miles away. It was an amazing level of craftsmanship. If you know anything about masonry and stone cutting,
yeah.
It's an exemplary building here, and the workmanship that was done. It was done at a great expense by the state of Michigan to take care of its citizens who needed taken care of. And we thought it would have been a tragedy to wipe that away by tearing this whole place down. And that's why we try to celebrate what a great idea it was to provide a beautiful place to take care of people.
They started this project in 2004, and you've got about 50% of it
Yeah,
underway?
we're just shy of 60% of the existing structures have been repurposed and renovated.
You know, we were talking about this could be a city near a city, but this actually was a city at one time. Somebody told me they had their own dairy barns, their own bakeries, their own laundries, their own everything.
It was very self-sufficient. So these asylums, it's called a Kirkbride Plan Asylum. They were built upon this idea of self-sufficiency, and they were built all over the country. Ohio had several of them as well. There's still one in Athens, Ohio. It was very groundbreaking and very visionary for its time.
So there's all this great history and all these great stories you can talk about and learn about, which is really great. But, you know, once again, it's all about, you got all these areas for shopping and restaurants and fun. I see you have big tents set up here, so you've always got big events.
There's festivals throughout the summer, even sometimes in the wintertime too. It's really, we try to make this a place for people to come together. We call it the conviviality effect, you know, where people can gather, enjoy the place, enjoy the setting. I mean, the whole idea of why there's a giant lawn here and a giant building was to create a pleasing setting for healthy people. Yeah. That's really what it was all about.
Yeah, I pull up here, I didn't know what to expect, and then I saw it and I didn't know what I was looking at, and then I started getting involved in the story. Right. I tell you, you could do a whole day trip at this place.
You probably could.
And what do you call it exactly?
It's the Village at Grand Traverse Commons.
And don't forget it, because it's a great place to visit when you come up to Traverse City. Thank you very much, Raymond.
My pleasure.
You feel like some ice cream?
I'm ready.
Natalie's going to show us where.
If there is one place that you need to stop when you come to Traverse City, it is definitely Moomers homemade ice cream. John, you guys, GMA named you Best Scoop in America?
They did. Best Scoop Shop in America in 2008.
That's pretty impressive, I must say. So what makes it so special? Why is it the best?
Right. We have a premium product. We're mom and pop, family owned, and we have an awesome service and an awesome staff.
Well, everyone around town raves about your ice cream, and just by looking at it, I can see why. How many flavors do you have?
We make over 160. We display 20 daily, and we're always creating the next best flavor.
All right, so do any of these stay? Because I feel like there are probably some fan favorites that if you took out of here, they would not be happy.
Absolutely. Of course, our signature flavor, Cherries Moobly, is forever staying. That is our signature flavor. Butter pecan, absolutely. You have to have vanilla, you have to have chocolate.
Is this it? Oh, you pushed it down. There we go. All right, I gotta try this, of course.
Scoop of Cherries Moobly. So Traverse City black cherries, brownie pieces, chocolate swirl, and a black cherry ice cream. There you go.
So you have the actual ice cream store here.
We do.
Next door is the creamery?
Yep, that's our 25, we're milking 25 cows. It's an 80-acre operating dairy farm where we milk those cows twice a day, every single day of the year.
So you milk those cows, and this is what it eventually turns into?
Some of it does, not all of it, yes. So
well,
some of it does.
Can we go see how this all happens?
Absolutely, let's go to the back.
Let's go back. taking this with me.
Go for it.
I'm making waffle cones.
This is where it all happens.
Yeah, this is our production room where we make all of our 160 plus flavors.
Oh, is this the one I just had?
This is. Here's Cherries Moobly, our signature flavor, which is a black cherry ice cream, Traverse City black cherries, fudge brownie pieces, and a chocolate ripple.
All of the ingredients look so fresh, and when you taste them in that cone, they're so fresh. I'm guessing you're going through ice cream very quickly here.
We are.
And it's
we
quality.
Are. Absolutely. We make ice cream every day of the year in the summertime. We will make all of our 160 flavors each week. So it just depends on what we need for that next day as to what goes into production.
Now I'm really starting to see why it's been named the best scoop in America. So where did this idea come from? I heard it was your mom who kind of
Yeah, my mom
put this
was a former first grade teacher, and she thought starting an ice cream store next to our 80-acre dairy farm is obviously slowing down in retirement. So 18 years ago, we opened our doors, and it's kind of been water under the bridge since then. We've been expanding every year since then. So it's a fun family business. It's a good place to get a sweet treat.
So how many gallons would you get out of this machine, out of this one batch?
One batch of ice cream yields 10 gallons per batch.
How many gallons do you think you produce a day?
Today specifically, we're going to run 38 batches, so 380 gallons today alone.
Wow, now when people come out to get the ice cream here, can they kind of walk around the farm? Can they see everything that you have out
We do
back?
have scheduled tours for the public, both store tours and farm tours on demand through mid-June to the end of August.
I'm going to let you get back to work, and I'm going to leave with definitely at least a pint.
Sounds great.
Of your
Well,
ice
thanks
cream.
for the visit.
We love it here. All right, hey, coming up after the break, we're taking you out on the water to do a little cruising. Welcome back to our road trip to Traverse City. It is time to hit the water, and why not on one of the most beautiful vessels you'll see here in Traverse City, Schooner Manitou. This is the captain of the ship I have right next to me. Brendan, thanks for having us aboard.
Of course, Natalie, welcome aboard. We're really excited to have you. We are a commercial vessel that has been operating in the Traverse City region for almost 30 years, and we're really excited because we can take up to 180 people out on 3 sails every single day.
Every day?
Every day. We do it 7 days a week, all summer long.
Also, so you start, I'm guessing, what, Memorial Day?
Yeah, we'll start our public sales Memorial Day. So we have a lot of themed sales. Once a week we do a wine tasting. Some of the local wineries take turns coming out and hosting that. Then we'll also have a live music night called Entertainment Night with a regional band. Really great time. We also do kind of taken off on that microbrew theme that's happening in the Midwest and in Michigan. We do a beer tasting and pizza night every Sunday. Perfect date night, really fun. Every single day at 3 o'clock, we go sailing for 2 hours, and included in the price of the ticket are 2 delicious scoops of America's favorite ice cream, Moomers. We go out 3 times. We'll go at noon, 3 o'clock, and then 6:30 is our evening sail. And then also we run as a operational hotel or bed and breakfast. People, some of them up to 22 guests every night who spend the evening sail with us can choose to spend the night also, and we will make them breakfast on our wood-fired stove.
Okay, we're talking too much. I'd love to get on board. Can we do it? Now, what all are people going to be able to see when they're out here on the water?
Absolutely. They'll be able to see beautiful Leelanau Peninsula, some of the wineries on the hill, also Old Mission Peninsula, Power Island, and the spectacular Traverse City waterfront.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Where did you get the name from? What's Manitou?
Manitou is a local indigenous people's name for the Great Spirit. And so we think that because the Schooner Manitou is the largest sailing vessel in Michigan, we are hoping to embody some of that Great Spirit.
This is awesome. I think it's time to head out on the water here. When you come up to Traverse City, you gotta come get on the water and enjoy Schooner Manitou. Thank you so much for having us here. Hey, the one thing I don't think you do is probably take people to go get pie, right?
No, unfortunately, no pie here.
No pie, but we're gonna take you to do that right now.
Now that's an interesting pie. That's a chocolate stout pie, and it's a CEO stout from a Right Brain Brewery here in Traverse City.
So these are all the abbreviations for the pies that we sell. So like LSC is Lakeshore Crumb.
Well, you know, there's always one place when you hit the road, these great road shows I like are places where they display art. And Mike, I understand you at the Grand Traverse Pie Company create art. What kind of art is this?
Well, this is authentic art.
There you go.
Yes.
It's my favorite kind of thing, too. I mean, when I go to a town, the bakery might be my first stop. I didn't get here until a couple stops later, and I tell you, I'm discovering some great stuff. So how did this all begin here?
Well, it started about 19 years ago. My wife and I lived in San Diego. We're from Michigan originally, but we wanted to move home. And we didn't know what we would do when we moved home back to Traverse City. And we thought, well, cherry country, as Traverse City folks know, can we make a good cherry pie? So we hired some folks to train us.
Okay,
and
so you're talking about cherry pie. So this is Lakeshore Berry.
Lakeshore Berry, that's strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, apple. There's Old Mission Cherry.
Ah, so there it is. It's hiding under the heart.
Cherry started growing here about over 100 years ago on the Old Mission Peninsula, after they had logged the place. So some folks moved in and started growing cherries. And we grow a lot of cherries around here now, and it's gorgeous if you see the countryside.
The big cherry
so
festival
why not
they have every year, right?
What's in our bounty and combine it and make a great pie. I like the way you call it art.
I like this idea, you leaving San Diego to come back to the land of ice and snow in the winter because you saw this beautiful pie shop.
Well, it's authentic, like I mentioned. The Four Seasons, the people, the smallness of it all, interconnected folks, that's authentic. San Diego's beautiful, California's beautiful, but you don't get that same sense.
All the profits go to children's causes here in Traverse City.
What kind of pie is this?
This is, that's a chocolate chip mini pie.
Oh my goodness.
Mackenzie's favorite.
That is terrific. Yeah, I just think it's fabulous. So, and I also learned that you have all over the area, like you have several pie places.
We have 15, 14 in Michigan, 1 in Indiana. We're not in Ohio yet, but you never know.
Yeah, well, hey, after today, who knows? I like these little tools. I'm always a gadget kind of guy. That's how you bust up the pieces, huh?
Everybody gets the same size slice that way.
Look at that, how that works.
No cheating. So we sell those, so folks can take them home.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah. It makes things a little easier when you're cutting your pie.
The Grand Traverse Pie Company, if you're not going to buy a pie, at least buy a pie cutter, right?
Yeah, right. Well, I like when you buy both.
Yeah, definitely. And this is pretty cool, too. This is like the treasure chest here, huh?
This is when they come out of the oven, before they go on the table. Just more of the same that you saw out on the table. Strawberry rhubarb crumb.
Strawberry rhubarb.
It's local rhubarb. The strawberries are Michigan strawberries. Blueberry crumb up on the top. Again, Michigan blueberries, all Michigan cherries. So as much of the fruit, that's the beauty about where we live. There's so much fruit up here.
Here's the beauty of where you live is the elves
Jeremiah.
back here in the magic room,
How you doing? Yes. There's some crumb pies. What are we making today, guys? Apple crumb.
These are apple crumb pies.
Northern Spy apples. If any pie maker knows, those are the best apple pie apples.
I love the fruit in the pan racks over there too, huh?
Is that a mountain berry over there, guys?
ABCs and mountain berries.
ABC and mountain berry.
Apple, blueberry, cherry, ABC pie.
Well, Mike, it's been a great time here at the Grand Traverse Pie Company.
Yes.
And if you can't find this location on a beautiful, what street is this called?
Front Street.
Front Street.
The main street downtown.
And where's the other one?
On West Front.
Okay.
6 blocks west of us.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Hey, and when we come back, more on the road. Traverse City, it's a good one.
I've got 2 rolls for you. I've got a spicy tuna roll, and I have our dragon roll.
It's a rack of the baby back ribs.
They're gonna be awesome. They're the best. If you haven't had it, you should get some.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland, our very special trip to Traverse City, Michigan, up in the north side of Michigan. And I got a new best friend. This is Gary from a place called, maybe you can see it there, it says The Little Fleet. I thought it was going to say Little Feet, but it says The Little Fleet.
The Little Fleet.
Where did you get the idea, Gary? What's The Little Fleet mean?
Well, the Little Fleet is exactly what you see out here in the parking lot. It's a fleet of food trucks. We are really proud of what we have to offer the community. We are a full bar, beer, wine, and liquor and you get your food from the food trucks, and you come inside and you get your drink from us.
I understand, it's sort of like a lazy Susan, not to say lazy, but lazy Susan of food, because the food trucks change once in a while, don't they?
Yeah, sure.
So you keep spinning it, and the, and the little
Exactly.
fleet keeps changing.
We try to keep a mix of interesting food, and so we do have 7 trucks that are here throughout the season. Those are set in place from April through October. And then we have 1 spot that rotates every 2 weeks. A new truck comes in. So you know you're guaranteed to get at least 7 trucks here any given night. And then keeping it fresh with a new truck rotating in and out.
We were tasting.
We are tasting. Tasting. There is a difference between tasting and drinking.
I think that a lot of people are used to a bar being a dark place that you don't want to bring your family to, and that's not what we wanted to create. We wanted to create something that everybody can come to with our kids and with everyone else.
We're just a couple feet from the water, so I mean this is really cool to get to, and a great spot. And you come inside, actually you've got a great list of drafts here. What am I drinking here?
That is the Clown Shoes Clementine White. Clown Shoes out of Massachusetts.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's great. What are you drinking?
This is, what am I drinking here? Oh, this is the Bell's Special Lager.
Take a look at that glass. It's got a little froggy on it there, huh? The Little Fleet.
Nothing we do here is too serious. We have a frog on our glass.
I like that idea too. And they got some great ideas here. I like the Tap It from Traverse City whiskey.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Maple syrup, black walnut bitters, and lemon. That's a heck of a cocktail. And how about this nip and sip idea? What's that mean?
Well, basically what we've done is we've taken a beer and we've paired it with a spirit. So when I'm drinking
You're not
a whiskey,
pouring it in.
No. When I'm drinking a whiskey, I want a beer next to it.
Like a shot and a beer.
Well, it's the adult version of a shot and a beer. Yeah, sure. So we pair it. So we think we decide what goes well together, and you get it side by side, and you can drink it at your own speed.
That is excellent. So you a little nip, and then a little sip of the beer.
Whatever way you want to do it.
Yeah, I saw some other things up here. Like, what are rhubarb wire? What is that?
So what we like to change our cocktails based on what's available seasonally, especially in the summer. And so we went to the farmer's market on Saturday. We got rhubarb, and we made a rhubarb simple syrup, and that is a cocktail made with rhubarb, strawberries, mint.
Good stuff.
Oh, and whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, so you're making pickles out of stuff almost.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, really good stuff. Great place in here. So rain or shine, you got somewhere to go. And of course, you got the revolving fleet out there. The place is called The Little Fleet. Look for Gary. It's some really cool stuff.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Hey, I can tell you, Traverse City is full of cool stuff, and a lot of it is because of the river. And that will show you why.
Been all over Traverse City. We've checked out the wineries, seen the cherry scene, but we couldn't leave this area without hitting the water, right? We're here at the river, and Mike, but that's not the river, right?
Well,
that's the bay.
There's 2 bays in Traverse City. This is West Bay, where the Boardman River, the 135-mile Blue Ribbon Trout Stream empties right into this bay just at the end of this beach. So that's how the name came up, the river. We're basically at the river mouth on West Bay.
So you're really the it place when it comes to doing adventurous things here in Traverse City.
We've sort of inherited that with our eco tour company and our bike rentals and our stand-up paddle boards and our lessons and our guides. We have sort of taken on that role.
That role, and
yeah.
I think people love it. I mean, the day itself. It's not even that beautiful day outside, and there are tons of people here enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah, well, we're pretty sure that this is the #1 beach in the Traverse City area here at Clinch Park, and there's a cafe with Moomers, world famous ice cream, and hot dogs, and then with the rentals and the Tart Trail right here in this park, a lot of people end up in this spot.
So how does it work? Now, if someone wants to come, first of all, what all can they rent here?
Yeah, we start, our biggest rental is bikes.
Okay.
And then, of
Makes
course,
sense.
the kayaks and stand-up paddle boards and then even a tube. We'll do big groups of tubers that come down through the river. And we also, especially with the tubers, there's plenty of places that they can stop along the river, brew pubs and cider houses.
How neat is that?
Yeah, so we combine kayaking and tubing and even stand-up paddleboarding on the river with stops at brew pubs.
That could be an interesting combination.
It's a good combination. It's a good
Depending on
combination.
who's doing the drinking, right? So they just come up here. Can they wait to rent until they get here? Should they call in advance? How does that work?
I mean, it helps us to know, especially with bigger groups coming. But most of the time, besides the big, we have a thing called Paddle for Pints, where big groups, 375 people, end up on the river doing this pub crawl on kayaks. And we have 8 of those events in the summer that
That's
are
in
all
the
booked.
summertime?
So besides that, they can just probably walk up and we can take care of people.
I mean, everything from biking again to canoeing, and I see people on rollerblades out along the trail. You name it, if it's an outdoor thing to do, you guys can make it happen for someone.
That's right. Our #1 trip is to get on a bike and take the bike along the Tart Trail up to one of 3 spots. Get off your bike, get in a kayak or on a stand-up paddleboard, and end up right back here on this beach. So 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour trips. They're all beginner level. That's our bread and butter.
Well, and that's the way to do it. That's what I feel like this town is all about. Getting outdoors, being adventurous, having fun. I love the sound of this. All right, so they just give you a call. Come see Mike and the rest of the gang here at the river. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I want to get in the river. But first, after the break, we are doing a little Traverse City tradition. Kiss the moose?
Kiss the moose over at Sledders. Yeah, you got to do that.
We're going to do it after the break.
Yep.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland, our very special trip to Traverse City, and I'm at one of the greatest places. I guess it's, Deb, what would you call this place? Iconic?
Oldest bar or restaurant in the state of Michigan.
1882, that's what it says in the window. It says Sledders Family Tavern, right?
It does.
And it is a beautiful place. As you can see, a lot of families in here right now. We're here in the late afternoon. How'd you get all the animals on the walls?
Different donations through the years. People who shot them. The elk in the window was a friend of mine who had it mounted and it wouldn't fit in any place in his house.
So they brought it here?
So they brought it here.
Yeah.
And they, this yard sale, I taught out in Montana and we were pronghorns. Couldn't help it.
That is excellent. Hey, I heard the big bell ring. What does the big bell mean?
When somebody goes up and kisses Randolph the moose.
Randolph the moose is hanging back there?
Hanging back when you go and kiss him for luck. We ring the bell.
Bing! And that's how it goes down.
That's how it goes down.
I see a lot. How would you describe the food here? I see a lot of great family food coming out.
Well, we have a huge menu, 54 items in all, and ranging from burgers, which is our biggest seller, regular burger, beef burger, as well as buffalo burger. And then we also do meals. We do perch and cod and steaks and ribs, and so kind of all over as far as, but everything homemade.
Cup of broccoli soup and a turkey, half a sandwich turkey. It was wonderful.
We had the beef taco salad. It was excellent.
I had the codfish dinner and it was excellent.
I heard some pretty good stories about this place. I heard like back during Prohibition, this is where the family, the town fathers would come to have some beverages.
I was not here during Prohibition. However, the story is that they drank whiskey out of teacups and continued straight through with a little help of Capone, who owned a place in Empire.
Really?
Which is pretty close to here.
Well, it is beautiful. I really like the place a lot. So I have one more request. How about a kiss?
You.
Let's go.
I think you're the kisser. I've done it already. Climb up the stairs.
Okay, I climb up the stairs. This is for my big smooch, huh?
Give him a big smooch.
Where does he like it?
Right on his nose.
Is this a girl or a guy?
That is a guy.
Well, look at that. Okay, here you go.
We're back aboard the tall ship Manitou, and you know what? I don't know, but I'd like to stay out here for a few days.
Well, I tell you, the good thing about this, if you want to come out here to stay a day or a couple days, it's only a 6-hour drive from Cleveland, so that is pretty good.
You know, it is really for the adventurous at heart and those who just want to kind of relax and kick back.
And if you like cherries, I mean, where else would you go, right? This is like the cherry capital of the world. We got the national park here. Found a restaurant last night called Georgina's, which was really cool. Didn't get a chance to show you that, but you find it yourself when you come here because there's a lot to discover on your own.
And now I know what kissing the moose finally means.
Oh, yeah. It's all a matter of which end you want to work. Okay, I'm David Moss.
And I'm Natalie Hervick.
And we'll see you on the next
New Day Cleveland.